Living and breathing La Vida Boa. Welcome to the Boa Life Podcast. I'm your host, Steve Demora, alongside host Nick Colhay. We're here to laugh. We're here to cry. We're here to entertain. We're here to listen and learn. And most important, we're here to have conversations that change our lives.
What's up, everybody? I'm your co-host, Nick Colhay. This is the Boa Life Podcast, and this is episode number 5. You ready to do this, Steve?
Let's go! It is an honor and a privilege to have here Liam Fay, the extraordinary and the pretty much sculptor of this fantastic physique. I thank you for being here today.
Oh, glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Welcome.
Yeah, it's great to have you here. We're gonna have a great conversation. I know that. I mean, we've already had a pretty good conversation leading up to this moment, so it's only gonna get better from here. Now, obviously, you're new to the show. We hope to have you on many more times, but if you would, at least a brief introduction. Who are you? What do you do? You know, whatever information you think the audience may want to know about you.
So my name's Liam. I have a gym in Bethel, CrossFit Bethel, or CFB Athletic Club, wherever you want to call it. That's where I met Steve.
You're a gym owner.
Yeah, I'm a gym owner.
That's how you know Steve.
That, right?
I think you should share for the audience. For sure, you just married a very beautiful woman. She's fantastic. I get to see her a lot at the gym. She's a great person. How is life as a newlywed, my friend?
Whenever everyone asks me, it's actually the first thing is when I was engaged, it was always, oh man, everyone would joke, oh, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? I was like, yeah. I mean, I've never been more calm. I wasn't nervous for the wedding, and found a person that makes me a whole lot better. So everything is perfect, and it'll continue to go that way. She's awesome, man. She's awesome.
I think all guys go through that leading up to it. You know, I went through that leading to, meeting the whole family, the whole line of pork chops. That wasn't easy. So I know exactly what you went through. Actually, I just had my 8-year wedding anniversary yesterday. So I can't even believe it's been that long. And time's going to fly, just so you know that. So you got to enjoy every minute of it.
Yeah. I can remember like first getting married like it was yesterday, and it's interesting. It's like everything is perfect, but newsflash, it's not always going to be perfect.
Yeah, I understand.
You're going to have some ups and downs, and there's going to be some challenges, but when you find the right person, whoever that may be, to go on this journey of life and know that, they're going to ride and die with you, there's something pretty awesome about that to look forward into the future. And, that's, I think, what we have, and I think that a lot of people are searching for stuff like that. Where do you see yourself 8 years from now, like Nick?
Oh, yeah.
So first, you just said, when you find the person, kind of a side story. Her mom was the one who came up to me. I was coaching CrossFit, and her mother came up to me, and she goes, "You'd be a good boyfriend for my daughter," because she saw a picture I put up on Facebook where I went on I went on a mission trip or whatever. But she saw that picture, comes up to me, "Oh, you'd be a great boyfriend for my daughter," and I was like, okay.
That doesn't happen too often.
I was like, no, but thank you very much. I appreciate it. And then, maybe 3 or 4 months later, she brought her daughter into the gym, and I was like, okay.
I think you're
all
right.
I think you're right.
I think you're absolutely. You've got something.
I was like, yeah, all right, you're right. But 2 awkward years later, she just, I got her to somehow start dating me, and then I got her to marry me. So I couldn't be happier. So hopefully, 8 years later, I'll be doing as well as you are.
Hopefully.
And it's handsome.
Oh, geez.
Oh, appreciate that one.
That'd be hard to do. That's a handsome guy over there. I mean, listen, I wouldn't share this camera with anyone that wasn't as handsome as me and you. I mean, come on. We need to make sure that the audience gets to just enjoy some of the muscles here on stage today. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting that you said the mother. It's fascinating to me how sometimes people and my wife I was first introduced to my wife before we even started dating by my cousin who was trying to set us up. It's funny how sometimes people know this would be a good match, or this is someone that would be good for my, cousin, daughter, spouse. It's crazy. And then she heard, she had seen pictures of you on a mission. What were you doing?
I can't say we accomplished a lot, but my best friend and I, we were both, I think, sophomores in college, and it wasn't working out for either of us, so we just decided to leave. We were, having our different issues. We left. We went to Haiti. We went to Haiti for a little while, and
Nice.
interesting place. But we, I don't know why we thought we could make a difference, but we did, hang out with, met a lot of cool people, hung out with some cool kids, but stayed there for a little, about 2 months, and then we just came back and slowly tried to, figure our lives out. I think we were just spoiled, right? So we just had everything given to us. We went to college, and both of us had different things going on, and we just had to kind of reset or maybe understand that how good our lives actually are living here. So
It's amazing you had the wherewithal in, halfway through college to get up and say, you want to do something to make a positive change in the world, or at least, help people. Yeah. That's not too often you hear that from college kids.
yeah, it was. I'm really glad we did it. It's funny. It's like at that time, I think when you're, I guess, that age, college, it should be, seems like it's everything. I mean, doing what I'm doing now, I know for me it wasn't. I did graduate, but at that time like I said, it was, you spend all these years, like college is everything. You got to get a job, graduate college. So it was really weird to step away at that time. But it's funny. I mean, going back to being married, it's like if I never, I guess, left school, I literally would have never met Allie. Like, it's just that simple, because I wouldn't have been able to have, post the picture I posted. I would have never found CrossFit, and therefore, my mother-in-law Mary, I would have never met her. And it was like, so, I always look back like, oh damn, I should have, stayed at that school. It was a good school, worked hard to get into it. But, if I did that, I would not have met my wife. And that's like, I'm pretty dang sure of that, So
It's amazing how things fall into place.
Yeah, it's like the story, the Chinese farmer, the parable of the Chinese farmer. You never know what the consequences of your decisions are. You think you may, but you don't know in the direction they're going to lead you in.
Yeah.
You still are here serving, right? I mean, it's interesting that you went there and you served and tried to find your way, and all these things led you to where you are now, just like we all are led to where we are now. And now you're helping people be healthy. I mean, was this a passion of yours, or did you find your way into it? How did that happen?
Yeah, I just started. I started doing CrossFit. And I really liked it, and I saw it was feasible to start one, so I started it. And really, I just started with the hopes of having like a literally a strong community that we have today, which is awesome. So luckily the plan worked out. So yeah, it's always been a passion. I just liked it, and that's it. And I feel like yes, it was tough to start, but I feel like it spoiled me because, I guess, I have freedom now, and it made me just decide, like, no matter what, where life takes me, I'm just kind of going to do what we want. Obviously, it's a compromise with your wife, but, it's always been a passion, and I'm just trying to stick to things I like doing, because college, I didn't like it, didn't stick with it. I finished it, but didn't really stick to the original plan, and that's all right. So,
Was if you do something you love, you never work a day in your life. It's like kind of what drove me here personally was like, I love having conversations, talking, and this is not really a sacrifice to me. Like, I love it. Like, this is where I come to escape, learn, get away, and I'm sacrificing time for my family doing these things. But when you do something you love and it's for a good purpose, it's amazing how fulfilling it could be. And like I said, if you're doing stuff that you love to do, it doesn't even feel like work. You feel like you have this freedom. That's kind of how I feel here. What do you think, Nick?
Absolutely. I feel the exact same way. Like, time away from family is not easy, but it's worth it. Back to the selfish theme, right?
Right.
Steve and I talk a lot about, you got to be selfish first to be selfless towards others.
Yeah, it's amazing that, we're kind of serving the same purpose, or we're all trying to serve the same purpose. I think most good people and most people in a community are looking out for one another. And it's interesting, like, one of the reasons I want to have these conversations is because I feel like there's a void and people need to hear regular people talking about struggles they're facing, what they're doing well, where they came from, where they want to go. And, in the small amount of conversations we've had with people, we've gone in so many different directions, but there's always like reoccurring themes, like everybody's got things that, they love to do, they have passions for, they work hard, they make sacrifices. I mean, here you are following a dream and you've built a successful business, and you kind of stumbled on it because, it's like you like doing this, it gave you freedom. And now, I mean, I don't even think you realize the work you put into it and how much fun people have at your gym and how healthy they're getting and how hard they're working and where it could lead from where you are to where you may be one day. And what is it like being an entrepreneur? Because that's not fun. I mean, you're running a business. I mean, what are the parts of it that are hard that you're not enjoying?
I don't, I don't even know if I'd call myself an entrepreneur. I just started something I like doing, and that's all there is to it. If I end up starting other ventures, maybe I could call myself that. But right now, I'm I'm a gym owner,
Yeah.
So
You're venturing out to do something. You're creating something, whether it's a franchise like CrossFit or it's something your complete baby that's born from you. I'm curious, how long has the gym been open?
We're coming up on we opened in 2014.
So you're coming up,
almost on 8, right?
Yeah, you're coming up on 7 years.
Yeah.
What do you remember what was the height of CrossFit at that time? Because it obviously made a big boom and became much bigger over the past few years. So 2014 was 7 years ago.
Yep.
They at that time, I don't think they were making like documentaries about it yet or anything, right?
Yeah, I don't even, it's funny. Yes, CrossFit is awesome. It gives you a start, and their methodology is really, well, we think it's great. That's why we do it. But we realized that we should probably start, literally like shifting the name over. So just so we're not as dependent on the brand, just in case something goes wrong with the brand, which something almost did, over the shutdown.
You have this gym, and I know you don't want to call yourself an entrepreneur, but you are, because you're looking to expand, you're looking to make it a career. I know you're taking risks, you're getting out of your comfort zone. And why are you doing that? Why are you trying to potentially grow, right? Why? Yeah, I mean, what do you think that is? Is it how do you see yourself in the future? Why are you making the
reason why I'm doing it is because I'm like, everyone, I think every job ends up being a computer job or a desk job. I'm not afraid of that, but I'm just afraid of just wasting time doing things I don't want to do. That just comes down to that, Allie and I were at a lunch one day, and I was like, this might have been 3 years ago. I was like, should I shut the gym down or not? Because financially, it's not happening right now. And Allie has always been supportive, and she loves the gym. So we sat down. She's like, we pretty much came to the conclusion that she's gonna, she and I would rather us just take this risk and go all the way than just kind of shut it down and, lose the community we kind of, you guys, we all built together, I guess. No. So I'm so scared of wasting time and doing things I don't want to do. Like, it's the scariest thing to me, so I'd rather just take a risk on my own and figure it out,
Yeah.
Maybe one day if it doesn't work out, but it's working out. So we're very blessed to have it work out, Same thing with you, right? You were working at a law firm at one point, right?
Yeah, I was working at a law firm. I had the courage to do what you're doing, which is to take the chance, and what it didn't go well all the time. I remember my first year in business, I had no work, no clients. My son had just been born, had a lot of bills, and I had a lot of responsibilities, and it was scary, but kind of did what I had to do, put one foot in front of the other, and grew my business, and in a place now where I'm comfortable, and I have a lot of clients, and I'm doing something that I find fulfilling. But there are other areas like this is a passion, and that's why I'm doing it. Yeah. Nick kind of, it came to me in an epiphany. He kind of, didn't motivate me, inspired me to do it, it just kind of came together. Like, I don't even know how it came together. It was like divine intervention. And
Probably just that little nudge.
Yeah.
That's it. Just that one last piece to give you a kick.
doing what you did. Like, I don't want to regret not trying to live the life I want to live.
Yeah, there you go.
So I think
That's
this
it.
is kind of what this is. It's like inspire people to like do what you want. Like everybody wants it. Our last guest was talking about gardening. Like I love him. He's one of the people I admire the most. But like I don't get that. Like that's not my thing. I don't get fishing. There's a lot of things I don't get. I don't get people that like going to the opera. But everybody likes different things, whether it's to entertain themselves and they want to pursue different ambitions and different things. And I don't want to look back on my life and think I didn't do all the things I wanted to do. Now I have kids and I have a wife and I have responsibilities. So I'm going to sacrifice and give up some of my dreams for that. I mean, because that's just unfortunately life, right? It's all about balance. So I think we always talk about like this show is basically what's the good life, and it's different for everyone. But I think if there's something that can be distilled out of that, it's balance, right? So you're looking for that balance. You're taking the risk to do things you want to do. You don't want to be in an office, and I think you should continue to pursue that. I know you pretty well. I mean, your birthday is kind of around what mine is, so I know you're going to be stubborn, and you're going to definitely try to achieve your goals. And you have this artistry in you, and I think If you're going to pursue a dream and you don't necessarily get to the dream you want, like I wanted to be a professional athlete. Well, guess what? I didn't be it, but doesn't mean that I can't do things that are around the realm, right? And play golf or do things and play sports with people, still get that, competitive juice flowing. So I think the real benefit of these conversations is that we get to see real people, real struggles, and see, them getting there. Like I can't wait to have you on the show, whether it's a month down the road or years down the road, and see where you're at. I mean, people are going to be like, what, where's this guy? Did he pursue his dream of, the gym, or is he in a cubicle now? And then he's going to come here as a defeated man, and we're going to have to pep you up and get you into a gym or something. So this is what it's all about. And I love these like conversations with just, guys like you, and, we're in the thick of it, man.
Yeah.
We have families. Is that something that you're looking to pursue?
Well, that was the story I wanted to. I remember I was sitting in downtown Bethel at a.
I think I know where you're going with this.
Right.
Yes.
So I was sitting there with Allie, and we were sitting at a broken symmetry, right?
Yeah.
Right downtown.
Right by the train tracks in Bethel, downtown Bethel.
Exactly.
Shout out.
Yep. And we turn around and we see this guy walking with his 3 kids, right? You have 3 kids, and they're all holding each other's hands. And I turned around. It was just a quick moment, but I was like, "Oh, that's cool." Like that to me, that's so cool. I know you're able to, take care of those kids. You love them, and just watching you guys all holding hands, walking through the parking lot was one of the sweetest things. And I just looked over for a few seconds. Oh my God, there's Steve. But that always. That moment actually hit me pretty hard, which led to more conversations between you and I of business and, me potentially raising a family, and, because you've been through it all. But that was really cool. And that's one thing I know for sure, and it sounds very strange, but that was one of the moments that really, like, I know I want to be a dad one day. I'm not a dad right now, but it's definitely in the cards for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. And that was a really cool, great example of what a great father looks like, It was really cool. And my dad's a great father, by the way. Just throwing that. My dad's a fantastic dad, but that was really cool to see.
At that time, you had only known Steve from the gym, crazy throwing weights around.
Yeah,
and you actually get to see him as a father.
Yeah.
Dancing? No, that's what Steve does during class. He dances.
Instead of burpees, I dance.
Yeah. No joke.
At least you're moving, right? At least you're moving.
That's what we say.
I'm breaking a sweat. I'm breaking a sweat. That's for sure. I'm breaking a sweat in here right now. It's hotter than Hades. But it's funny how, like, it's funny you say that, and maybe it's because, we're similar birth signs. But
what are you guys anyway? What's the sign?
Taurus, man.
Oh, okay.
Whatever he is.
So the bull, is that what it is?
Yeah, April babies, man. It's funny he mentions that, because I knew that story, and it's funny because, like, I I'm not an envious or jealous person any more than the next person. We're human beings. We always look at certain things and wish. And growing up, it's like there were certain things, car, this or that, people with money. It really never impressed me much because it's not. That's not what I want out of life. Like everybody needs money, and there's problems that come with not having it. So I'm not saying money's not important, but I always looked at people with families, and I was like, oh, I can't wait one day to have that. That was, one of my dreams, my aspirations, and I'm so blessed that it's happened because I know there are a lot of people, a lot of and I know some people that want families and can't have them, or so it's like that's one of the things. It's like what happens when you have this dream and it doesn't happen. It's like how do you deal with that? What can what can you do? But to have that target and that vision of what potentially you may have, and then one day if it happens for you, it's like grab the bull by the horns, like try to be the best father you can be, the best husband you can be, and the best friend you can be. And I'm constantly trying to do that. I fail miserably all the time. And being a parent, I think you're going to find that it's the hardest thing in the world.
You definitely
right?
fail more in the beginning than you do succeed. That's for sure.
I mean,
but that's part of the process. That's how you learn. You got to fail to learn to do what's right,
Yeah.
So.
We always talk about, burning off the dead wood, right? Doing things that are hard. And I don't think there's anything harder than raising a family, right?
No.
Taking
raising
on that
a kid, that's definitely the hardest thing. Because, you want perfection. You want to believe that you're doing it right, that you're raising your kid the right way. And every single thing you do is creating the best environment for them. And it just can't happen. There's going to be pitfalls. There's going to be struggles. So it's just about, waking up every day, nice and fresh, try something new, and keep going. That's all it is.
Yeah, so
it's for life. It's not.
It's the process, the plan. I have a plan. I have a process. I always try to create good habits. And speaking of, I've touched upon. There's a lot of areas in my life where I've done very well, and I've been positive and been motivated and stuck to the plan and succeeded. Now, one of the areas that I've lacked, obviously, is my weight. Now, and you could. And you can be a witness. I mean, I'm dedicated. I go to the gym. I work out. I try to be healthy. I have stresses and I work a lot, but my eating is a challenge, right? So we always talk about you can work out all the time, but if you don't control your eating and watch what you're doing, you're not going to, have that physique maybe that you're looking for. What do you think it is that's so hard about putting it all together? Because and this goes to both of you. I mean, you guys are fit. And I hate when he says it's easy because I'm like, it's not easy. Stop saying it's easy. What the hell's wrong with you? But it's like we all have things that we excel at or that we're maybe committed to. It's like, what's your secret? Because you're super fit. It's like, what can you share with the audience? It's like, what does it take to look like you two look?
Well, it's like it's like asking. Making me roll down my sleeves. You're asking. It's like asking you what do you like about soccer, right? It's just I know, for me just. Fitness and weightlifting in general was I don't know if it was I'm not saying I didn't need to escape from anything, but it was what I enjoyed doing. Maybe I was making up for being 5'5", whatever, But I love weightlifting, and it's just something I do. But actually, owning, being at the gym every day, it's kind of it's a stress reliever for me, so I just feel better when I do it. That's for sure. But two, I know. The question is, am I just going to sit here and do nothing? The answer is no freaking way, So I have to work out every day. So eating well and working out well is the scaffolding of my day, right? And if I can get those two things in, then I feel like I'm more effective with, a better friend, a better husband, and I probably do my job better when I'm done working out. So I don't think there's a secret to it. It's not a bad thing if you don't like it. I think it's important, but. If you don't like it, you kind of got to battle through, and eating, I had ice cream yesterday, right? It is what it is. I don't feel.
It is what it is. That's
as long
right.
as you get it,
this
like
guy, the cheat
80%, right?
80-20.
Oh, look at this, a reoccurring
80-20.
theme.
I love it.
80-20.
I love it.
That's fair. Now
with everything in life.
Yeah, but Jimmy's like right now. He's a coach of the gym. His nutrition right now was 100%.
I've seen him weigh his food,
yeah,
which is pretty strange to see.
Yeah, but
I weigh my food too. After I eat, I go on the scale and I find out,
yeah.
That ain't probably too much.
So you should maybe reserve that question for Jimmy, because
I gotta have him on.
Well, Jimmy lost 70 pounds by eating well and showing up, right? I, fortunately never struggled with being overweight. Maybe it's because I was active and, had access to good food, which is a blessing. But so it's just part of what I've always done,
And now you have no choice, because if you fail at being healthy, your members see that, and then your business could fail. I mean, it's as simple as that, right?
You know it too, right?
Well, I feel like sometimes the heavy guys like me are the experts. It's like, I know exactly what to do.
Well,
I can tell you what to do. I just can't actually do it myself.
Yeah, no,
everyone knows what to do.
Yeah, exactly. It's not hard, and just no matter what your goals are, physically, food's always going to be involved. If you want to gain weight, food. If you want to lose weight, food. That's
so true.
There's nothing. Yeah.
It's such an important point to make, where you don't battle with it, because it's got to be there anyway. Like, face it head on. Before starting your gym, what were you involved in regarding a gym? Coaching? Did you own another facility? Nothing like that. You were just working out?
Yeah, I really just when I wrestled. I was a decent high school wrestler, terrible college wrestler, but I wrestled in college for a couple of years, and I had to weigh 140 pounds, so then that probably derailed my whole experience there. But so when I left, sophomore year or something, I literally walked into a CrossFit gym, and I don't know, a year later, I just said, like, I'm going to try to do. I don't know if I can do it, but I'm going to just try to do it on my own. So it's just been sports. I've always liked sports. That's it.
Well, being a wrestler is not easy. I've never done it, but I've seen wrestlers go through it. And at the collegiate level, no matter what your success was there, just doing that alone, I think you're definitely considered more of an athlete than most people. So you had a year of CrossFit, and then you just like dove right into it. Did anyone present the opportunity to you or anything like that, or are you just like, boom, Bethel, Connecticut? Point to the map.
Yeah, that's actually all it was. Really, it was like a reasonable distance away from what I could travel. But I was just kind of going back to wrestling. I always said I was like really good when it came to weigh-ins. Like, for the weight class I wrestled, I was like, I looked strong, which was great. So I was like, I love the weigh-ins. They're like, oh my God, that's the 141. I was like, yeah, that's me. But as soon as the whistle blew, I got my butt kicked like every time. So I enjoyed it but I was a really bad wrestler. And honestly, I was probably I was a bad gym owner in the beginning, and I think I'm okay at it now, but just dive right in, which I don't know if I would recommend. But I'm glad I did it, but
I'm glad you did it, and I think
I think
just dive right in. That's what we're doing. Hard. We're bad podcasters, and we're gonna get good, and then we're gonna get great, and then we're gonna be unbelievable, and then we're gonna be superstars, and then what's above that? Icons, and then what's above that? Legends. Joe Rogan, who? They'll be like,
oh yeah, who that?
The Boa Life podcast. That's all there is.
Well,
TBL.
I always, Noah's Ark. If you build it, they will come. That's what I thought with the gym. It wasn't true. It was not true. It's a great story, but I thought if we just open our doors, everyone would flood in. But
it only works for baseball fields, my friend.
Yeah, if you're looking at our first 5 years of financials, it was pretty dang scary. But but I'm still glad I did it, because it's opened doors to other opportunities that we've talked about, and
friendships.
Friendships is the
life-changing.
Biggest thing. Friendships is the biggest thing.
Network.
Friendships, I have amazing friends, and a lot of them are through that gym. So.
And where could you go wrong? Friends. Like us, it's like, what can you go wrong? It's like, what are the cons? When you're endeavoring to do something great, what's the problem? Something you love. If you're going and not doing something you love, you're just wasting your own time, which is precious. But
sorry to interrupt.
Please.
The problem that I had was looking at other people's plates. Like I would almost, ask Allie and my father, I would look, I was in this gym, and, my friends were graduating, you know, it was Trinity College in Hartford. They were all graduating, getting these really cool jobs, and you know, financially they were doing like really well right off the bat. And I just like, if I saw, it wasn't even I was always happy for them, but if I saw someone else's wealth in front of me, it would almost paralyze me. You know, you said you never looked at other people's wealth or anything. I did, especially, you know, not making a ton of money in the gym, you know, we're not making a ton of money now, post-COVID, but, you know, we're doing okay, but it would, like, paralyze me, and I would get in these funks for, like, a week, and Allie's like, what the hell is wrong with you? I was like, oh, man, I don't know if we should keep this gym open. So it's, like I said, glad I did it, and now in this last year, especially surviving COVID, thanks to all you guys, I'm really happy we stuck with it and fought through it. And I've gotten a lot better of just keeping my eyes on my own plate, you know, and always, I don't even know if jealousy is a word, but it's
Well,
like,
always,
how the hell did that person do that?
Yeah,
you
you're
know,
sizing yourself. That's what this is
Yeah.
about. Perspective. Like, we're competitive. You're an athlete. You're like comparing and just you're a human being. You're comparing yourself to other people, but it's like that doesn't do no good. You got to compare yourself to where you were yesterday. Like, I'm always sizing myself up against myself because I'm me. There's nobody.
Yeah.
There's nobody like me. There's nobody like you in this world. There's no one like Nick in this world. And you start looking around and comparing yourself to someone else. I think you're going to lose that race every time.
Yeah, and I did. I was.
And it's social media. It's like
Yeah.
you don't even really know what you're comparing yourself.
Yeah, that's
You're comparing yourself to someone you think you're comparing yourself. Like, you're comparing yourself to like the perfect version of that person.
Yeah, it's
And it's like, wow, they have money, but how's their relationship? You know,
Well,
how are their
that's-
friendships? Are they pursuing things
Yeah.
they love? You know, so it's
Yeah.
like, I don't want you to be hard on yourself. Don't do
Yeah,
that.
no, I like just coming out of all the stuff all of us went through. I'm very blessed, right? You, Allie, my family's awesome. My, you know, the family I married into is amazing, and I mean, going back to
Your new puppy is pretty good.
yeah,
Still
Whinny's
tra-
the best. Though, you know, so, but yeah, I think I kind of, maybe I've overcome that. I don't really care, you know. I want my friends to do well, but I don't let it derail me anymore. But that was like, I know it's like just a little, you know, bit on this podcast, but that whole keeping my eyes on my own plate, that was a huge problem for a long time, you know, to the point where it's like, you know, do I shut this gym down to go pursue the same career they're on, right, in hopes of, you know, but like I said, the way everything's worked out, you know, just even being here and the friends I have, it was the perfect thing for me to do. But I didn't realize that for like 5 years, you know. But yeah, very, very lucky. Everything's beautiful in this world right now for me. Yeah. Thank God. But
no, that's
can't
good.
Complain, you know.
You keep perspective and always keep shooting for the stars. And then this way, if you don't hit the stars, you'll come in right under them, which won't be so bad. I mean, any advice for the viewers out there on how to keep an eye on the prize?
I mean, you said a lot. I mean, everyone goes through, you know, things you touched on, you know, and I think naturally we're jealous as human beings. You know, we see someone with something more, and like you were saying, most of it's fake now because you just look at it on a screen, and not only is it fake, it's so much more than fake because of all the filters you can put on it, you know, and it's not real. So just being genuine with yourself, getting up every day, realizing, you know, your original goal, set out to do it, and just keep trucking away.
Yeah, I think that's the perspective I want to give people. Is like, as I've personally, my personal experiences, I've grown older and I've dealt with loss and losing my mother at a young age, and now raising a family. Like, as you get older, you start to see what's more important. It's like all this other stuff is just BS. It's like your health you can't take for granted. I mean, you guys are physically fit and you're doing everything you can to be healthy, and I admire that, and I look up to that because I struggle with that. There's nothing I could fail worse at than not taking care of my health, and God forbid, you know, me not being around for my kids because of something I could have controlled, you know. Now, granted, there's things that can happen and they're completely out of my control. I can't do anything about that. But when it comes to health, like, I have to be better about that. Our time, which is the same thing, health, just quality time, just being able to live to to an old age and be as youthful as you can. My father's in his 80s. He walks 9 holes with me in the morning. Like, carry a bag. I mean, he can't carry a regular bag. First of all, he bought like, I mean, he literally bought like a grocery bag and was like carrying that bag, and people were like making fun of him. So I had to go buy him a little bag that he could carry. Like, he only brings like four or 5 clubs, but 80 years old, walking 9 holes.
Pretty dang good.
I mean, perspective, like being healthy, enjoying your time and your life. These are the things that are the most important. That's the stuff I'm jealous of. Like, more now is like I see my dad with my kids out in the yard, taking them to, like, my dad had to take my kid to baseball practice today because I couldn't go because I'm working. And the pandemic is crazy, right? Because some businesses, like your business, struggled like crazy, right? Because a lot of people were scared to go to gyms. My business and real estate went crazy. So I lost the balance because I couldn't spend as much time with my kids. How is and it is what it is. I got to find balance and figure out how to spend more time and do things I like and not just work all the time, which, I'm struggling to do, but I'll do. How has post-pandemic changed your business? What is it going to be like now with, the masks off? I mean, are the masks off in your gym now? I mean, I don't put you on the spot. CDC is not going to come after you. Don't worry.
No, it's I'm just a fan of choice.
Yeah.
That's it, right? I'm kind of live and let live, and that's it, right?
Right, which is great. But and even earlier on, I know you and I had discussed it. It's like, and I deal with it, and I know you deal with it. Whether it's friends, family, customers, clients, what have you, everybody's so different, and managing the personalities and trying to like not, do the wrong thing, especially a business owner. I mean, did you get stressed out by that, or are you just kind of going with the flow?
A little bit of both, I guess. Right now so we all dealt with a lot of stress over this time, right? So for me, I think Jimmy and I and all my coaches that are involved in the gym, we probably dealt with the hardest thing we possibly could have dealt with. We opinions on, before Connecticut said we had to wear masks, right? I had a few people coming up to me that are like, make these people wear masks, forget it, everything's going to be blah, blah. But, everyone has their own opinion, and we're in a great spot in the gym right now where I think the people that are here, they feel safe, and we're glad to see them. But the people who don't feel safe, they stay home. Again, goes back to the power, your choice. It's your choice. So as long as people have a choice, I'm happy. Now, when they told us to put masks on, we 100% understand. Like, we did it, we understand. But that news, and I'll just bear with me for a second, that news was almost as bad as them telling us to shut down, because when they were covering up our face, like, part of the reason why we love our job, and I think people like coming to the gym, is to see other people smile, their other face, and interact. And yes, we got used to it, and we were able to identify a smile under the mask based on their eyes and how big their smile was. But like I said, we understand, but it was definitely, we had people leave because they had to put on masks. But going back to your question, are we going with the flow? I mean, yes and no. Like, if someone sends me an email, it's an email. It's their opinion, right? It can't let it get to me. Now, post-pandemic, I feel like, an email would have hit me a little harder. But now I just kind of learned, I'm sure we all learned, everyone always has something to say. Everyone always wants to, throw their 2 cents in, and we listen, and we come to our own conclusion. And right now, masks are optional, and that's the way, I prefer it to be right now. If the pandemic was going crazy, yeah, sure, maybe we'd have to all wear masks. But yeah, it's a little bit of both. There's always some critiques,
and you're right. You can't please everyone.
No, it never
Once
will.
you understand that, especially as a business owner, the more the better. You're better off that way. Just realizing not everyone's going to be happy. And
and not for nothing, there were some people that I think we've always followed the rules, but I think there was we had people that maybe had their own battles in life going on that like we, not that many, but really took it out on us. And, I realized I don't think it was us. I think it was just they had their own thing going on, and it was a very stressful time for them. And, I can't see those people coming back to the gym because they really kind of, came after, they came after us in a way that I wouldn't go after somebody, right? It wasn't logical to me, but
Yeah.
So yeah, what we've ended with is a really, really outstanding, wonderful group of people that I hope stay with us forever,
Yeah.
So it's cool. The pandemic was terrible in a lot of ways, but we learned a lot from it, I guess, right?
I was yelled at a couple times for pulling my mask down, but just like most gyms, you're there to probably breathe heavy. So it's not easy.
Yeah.
It's probably the one business other than a restaurant, which, you can't put food in your mouth with a mask on. But other than places like that, that mask is just dying to come off. So it's really not easy. It hasn't been easy. And I could breathe good.
Yeah.
Not even easy for me.
And I need all the oxygen I can get. I think there was never enough said about the fact of how exercising benefits your health, and how maybe that was probably something that you didn't want to let people like not do.
Yeah.
And granted, Pelotons and all this stuff, and being able to work from home, and that's great. Like, more power to you. Like, you guys, I'm sure, can self-motivate, but there's a lot of people that are, I think, in my group, right? My group is I can't go to a regular gym because I'm just going to BS with people. Like, this is what I'm doing now. Like, this is what I love to do, right? Can't do it at home because I really can't motivate myself at home. I can't motivate myself to eat right. How am I going to work out right? Treadmill, every once in a while, a bike if I had, every once in a while. At the end of the day, what is it doing? It's drying clothes, right? It's in the laundry room. You put clothes on it. That's the drying rack. So to me, it's like there is something about the accountability of the gym that I love. You see other people working out, I might as well work out. I've created relationships with, Eddie, for example.
Shout
if
out
he's
to
in,
6:30.
shout out to he's usually at the 5. If he comes to the 6, he'll push me and come on, like put another weight. Coach will put another weight. So there's accountability. There's people pushing you, and then you're seeing other people do it. I'm a competitive guy. I grew up playing group sports, so it's like there's something about the camaraderie and the community that's important to me. And I can relate to the people that do cardio kickboxing or all these other things that I'm not really into, but I get the fact that when you're there doing it with other people, it's important because I can't do it any other way. That's the only way I can do it because it's hard, right? Soccer, golf, these things that you can get some exercise with, I enjoy, so it's not really like working out, and I think they're important, but I just think that you filled a void for me, certainly during the pandemic, that I needed. If I didn't exercise regularly, I couldn't manage my stress. I've looked to other things like meditation and breathing, and all these things help. But I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think there's anything better than exercise. And I think you're taking on a noble endeavor and a gym, and working to make people healthy and creating the environment. It's named the Friendly Gym for a reason, no?
Yeah, but it's a two-way street. I would imagine if I didn't like the people I was working with, I wouldn't do it. Going back to doing what we want to do. But the gym is a great filter for friendship, right? Like, I have really good friends that, because if you're coming to our gym, if you sign up for our gym, you want to work hard and be better, and it's the best kind of people to be around. It sounds corny, but everyone's great.
Yeah.
Legitimately. Like your 6:30 squad, you guys bring the energy, and it wakes us up too, and it's two-way street, man.
That's one thing I've always loved, being a trainer and teaching. And what I did mostly was group exercise, so it's similar to, what you're torturing Steve and your other members with. But some of the people I've met, I'm still really good friends with to this day. I mean, hell, I met my wife at the gym teaching a boot camp class. So it did some good, but like you were saying, I mean, nothing beats forming a community, having relationships, and getting a workout in. What's better than that? It's unbelievable.
No, and it's amazing how you look back in the past and moments that, like you said, when you saw the kids, it's like I remember one of the times I did a workout and you were the head of you were the instructor, right? And I remember it and how motivated I was, and Liam's the same way. It's like you do a class and you want to push yourself. And then I saw you take on that challenge, and then all of a sudden here we are talking, with people and having it's amazing where life can take you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You never know where it's going to take you, and you just got to, enjoy the ride. But
we also met at soccer.
yes, that's right. It's funny how we met at soccer before I joined the gym, right?
Yep.
So you played soccer too.
Yeah.
So we have that's right. That's crazy. So we have,
Nick.
it's funny because it's like, I knew you were a gym owner. Nick had a friend of mine,
Yep.
another Nick, had belonged to the gym, and you came and played soccer there, right? And it's funny how like these different contacts, and then all of a sudden there's enough contact, and it's like compels you to like
Yeah.
go become part of the gym, right?
Yeah.
It's like I saw you there, I liked you. We played soccer, pretty good soccer
This
player.
guy's a pretty good soccer player.
And not too
When
bad.
when we have running workouts, and I see him slacking, I'll take a ball and throw a ball out to him, and then he speeds up.
It's like throwing a dog a bone, huh?
It's a Pavlov. It's like, let me run. I
Hey,
just
whatever
don't
works.
The
It
only
gets
thing
you
I'll
to
run
work
after a
harder.
ball or my wife. That's it.
Sometimes I don't like to think how things happen. I'm just happy they happened,
Yeah, it's funny because it's like, I don't know what it is. It's like sometimes I just feel like we're all interconnected one way or another. That I believe. Like we're all in this together. That's why it's like, why aren't we all looking out for each other? And I think this is kind of that. It's we're learning from each other. We're having conversations, and that's why I like how I am at the class. I'm outgoing, and I like to connect with people. I'm sure I rub people the wrong way sometimes. I hope at least that most of the time that's not the case, because I love people and I want to bring joy to their lives. And, I can't for the life of me understand why anybody is not like that, but I think I can be naive sometimes. And I know that, unfortunately there are a lot of people out there, not a lot, but there are people out there that don't think that way. But I don't know. I think that the people we certainly surround ourselves with, and I think that are going to have on this podcast, are people that we respect and admire for various reasons, and that we want to have conversations with because we want to be a part of their lives, understand who they are, what their dreams are, where they've been, learn from their mistakes, all these things, and learn from the good things they do. And what other than being my friend compelled you to do this? Because this isn't easy. I mean, it's not hard, but it's not easy to say, hey, you want to be on my podcast? And you were like, yeah, I'll do it, man. Or was it just because, you felt like you owed me?
No, I don't.
Because
feel like,
you don't owe me. I mean,
No.
what was it hard to say yes or no?
I've never done this before, but no. As I said before, if I'm going somewhere, and I'll always ask, like, man, if I could turn around, would I turn around? And when I was coming here, I didn't want to turn around, so not that I actually would turn around, but no, I felt comfortable. I mean,
That's good.
I
Had a little bit of
figured
FOMO.
you do all the talking for me, so we're good.
You're like, I figured he would ask questions and just answer them himself. Like I had a spontaneous dance at one point. I don't know.
I think being here, I mean, if I didn't know you, and I've heard great things about you as a coach, by the way, from quite a few of my members.
I really appreciate that. I'm glad.
I just connected that when you walked in. I was like, okay, where's the boot camp? Name's Nick. There you go.
Yeah, those are some of the great people that I've mentioned. Forming relationships with.
Yeah.
We definitely need to do a get
moment. Where was
we were just talking about. I was asking you whether it was hard to say yes to coming here,
Oh.
because I know you had
It's a
said
little
what
bit,
I was getting
little
at.
bit outside my comfort
Yeah,
zone.
what I was getting at is like, it's funny because I was like, Nick and I have that, like, we kind of juxtapose. We're like different in like he's more claims to be introverted. So does our camera guy, which I think is baloney. I think they're both hidden like incognito extroverts. But like you said, I'm like an introvert, and I was like, this is awesome because it's like we want people expressing themselves and out there, because there's a lot of people that are not like, I can talk, like that's what I like to do. I mean, half the time I make no sense, but I'll just talk because I like talking. That's what I like to do, communicating and experiencing life with people and having these kind of moments. And there's people that don't like to do that, right? And I want them to know, like, there's too much in life to not to like enjoy that experience, even if it's hard to do. And as you open yourself up to doing it more, it gets easier and better. And I'm so glad you came on, because I enjoy having conversations with you, and I enjoy having conversations with Nick. And I'm like, why wouldn't people want to listen to these conversations? You know, it's like at the gym. It's like, and as we hopefully have further conversations and you come on again, like people can, you know, we're welcoming people into our little crazy world, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. We got to have this guy for sure as a guest coach one of these days.
Oh yeah,
Bring in the
I'm
GoPro.
ready.
Can I bring him in one time and
Whenever you want.
we can show the people what a little dance off looks like?
Well, yeah, man, I'm down. I don't think I'm
And
gonna
plenty
be
of
squatting
camera
the same
footage.
as you, but
You're gonna what?
I don't think I'll be squatting the same as you.
Oh, I
but
don't. Are you kidding me? You squat like twice as much as me.
It's interesting because the pandemic kind of killed my training, because the gym I was at obviously shut down when all the gyms had to shut down, and you know, eventually closed permanently. So since then, it's just been you know, regular full-time job and family. So I miss it a lot. Yeah, truly miss it. Just the community, getting up super early, getting after it. You know, so I'll definitely have to come down.
What was your time? What time would you typically go?
I taught at 6 a.m. For probably 10 years straight, 10, 11
Wow.
years. And early on in the career, before kids and marriage and everything, I would come back at night. I'd teach at 6 a.m. I'd go to work all day, come right back to the gym and do sometimes 2 or even 3 more classes at night. Like, I got truly addicted to it.
Yeah.
And made me the man I am today.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do the 5:30 and a 6:30.
Yeah.
It's nothing like starting your day off with beating the sun, right?
Beat the sun. Hashtag beat the sun.
Beat
I
the
I
sun.
love that. I just came up with that because I have a little setup in my basement, and I can see the sun coming up. Now the leaves are out, so it's hard to see the sun. But that was my thing. And by using social media to maybe motivate others, if they're watching my stories or watching my posts, hopefully they can get out of bed too and see that someone else is getting after it. And you don't need to do a lot. Some mornings I do 10 minutes. And, you know, bang out a couple push-ups. It's more of a mental game than anything. So that's what I like to do. Get up and get moving.
Get up, get that body moving. That's why I dance all the time at the gym, because you know what? There's nothing like moving to the beat. I will end
Except
with.
for if it's country music, right?
I was gonna see you jumped the gun. So I was gonna say the only thing I'm gonna conclude with is I think Liam is a fantastic human being. I'm so proud of him and so grateful that he came here to talk to us today. But when he is in control of the music at the gym, so if you got a class with him and he's feeling real country, for me,
It's gonna happen.
it's like
Little Cotton Eye Joe.
I like the pop music. Listen, I'm a Justin Bieber fan. What am I going to do? It's my guilty pleasure. But other than that, he's pretty close to perfect. I really thank you for your time. I hope you come on this again. And it was great. It was great exploring life together and talking about some important issues.
Oh, thanks for having
Yeah,
me. I
appreciate it, Liam.
Thank
Hopefully
you.
we can have you back soon and delve a little deeper.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Talk to
appreciate it, guys.
maybe
Thank
we
you.
don't know. Maybe we'll wait for the first kid to be born. I don't know. Maybe a new business exploration. Really
Maybe.
become an entrepreneur.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. All right.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. It was a pleasure talking to you today.